Murray, you say that you have a solution to the mess that our country is in based on the thinking of Adam Smith, the father of modern economics and capitalism.
Yes, Didman, for over 40 years we've watched the deterioration of the wages of the American people. Everybody has a different answer, from losing jobs to world trade to the failure of students in not going to college, immigration, inflation, and on and on. As I see it, the main cause of the inability of 60% of the American people to pay their bills and instead going on food stamps, Section 8 housing and so on comes from four major areas. Those are the healthcare system, which sucks at least $1.7 trillion of the economy over its true value. The government employees and their retirees take another $1.2 trillion. Then the home prices, which are on average about $100,000 higher than they should be due to overfinancing, taking another $750 billion out of discretionary income. And finally the Defense Department budget is at $750 billion. This should be cut in half. We don't need to be spending as much as the next 25 countries of the world on defense, 24 of which are our allies. These groups I call the four horsemen of the American apocalypse. They are taking $4 trillion out of the US economy over and above their true value. This is insane. The income of all those who make less than $100,000 per year, minus the healthcare employees and government employees and retirees, make only $2.7 trillion, while the government workers and retirees make $2.9 trillion and healthcare $3.3 trillion. This is ridiculous. It's insane. And you are supposed to think that it's the poor or the rich or the food stamps or terrorist or foreign trade or overpaid CEOs. Not enough college graduates or too many liberals or conservatives. It's all BS, total BS. Didman, world trade imports comprise only 16% of the US economy. We are very little dependent upon world trade. The truth of the matter is that we are nearly self-sufficient. If our middle class is disappearing, we are doing it to ourselves. As Abraham Lincoln would say, we are dying by suicide. Adam Smith says wages will be properly paid in an economy without monopolies. Today let's just look at the effect that government salaries and retirement and healthcare have had on today's private sector economy. Government workers and healthcare are in 2014 basically runaway monopolies, but if we could make them return to what percentage of the economy they were back in 1970, there would be $3 trillion more that could be paid to today's private worker. That amounts to about $30,000 per worker and $14 per hour. This would have the effect of raising the minimum wage to $22 an hour. Many say that this would result in the closing of many businesses and inflation. Yes, probably some of the high-end cruise lines, jewelry shops, hotels might be deflated, while the middle-class wages and businesses would be reinflated. Admittedly there would be some distortions, but slowly phasing out the US healthcare system in favor of a single-payer system and phasing out government tax-subsidized retirement, reducing government jobs to a 10-year max, would lessen this impact. What is hard for people to grasp is that their wages have been deflated primarily by the healthcare government employee monopoly, and to set things straight there must be a reinflation and payback for the increase in productivity that has been slowly taken from them since about 1970, 44 years of what has amounted to theft and the wiping out of the American middle class. Didman, the sooner that this process begins the better.